Hey there, Capricorn. I am Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around us. Now, we started with themes a minute back. I had to take a little hiatus, health stuff. But anyways, a minute back, a week or two ago, and it started with episode 1. Well, they were already carrying us into the theme for each piece of the zodiac pie for 2022. And Capricorns just so happens to be pleasure, number 18. Now, what's interesting about that from the Moon Oracle deck is that we'd already been talking about that last year when you were stepping into 2021. It was time to just let go of the responsibility of other people, of doing everybody else's bid as you come and go, them thinking it's too hard or while you're on the way, and just heap on Capricorn, where it's time for Capricorn to go, no, me, my turn. And not at the rudeness or expense of anyone else, but no, in yourself. Bone Collector here, still here supporting us. She's coming in to help introduce this time. And we'll see how long she stays. But she's here talking about our divine self, that we look down and we formulate our chart to bless ourselves. Because if we begin with that as our centrality, then that intent is what flows into everything we do. Okay, so we got to get that straight first. Get in the center of ourselves and get our focus, our bullseye, our point, our motto, our mission. Okay, so here we're asking the world to come in and take a look for us, to bring in something and some sort of energy which would make sense, because our wisdom oracle card is called Between Worlds. It's like, how do I do this? I'm between two worlds. Here, this one is black and white, and here, this one's full of color, okay, and creativity and uniqueness. Well, the thing is with that, that's talking about our brain. How do we do away with the veil, the corpus callosum, the thing that separates us from ourselves, our divinity and our destiny, from coming together into the goldness self? And Bone Collector's like, yay! Okay, she's revving it up. The world's over here doing her little swishy dance, like, yes, stir it up. Do I stir up that stardust? We love that. We want that to come in here fully. We want life to become juicy, divine, and delicious, ripe with juice and flavor, ready for us to take a taste of what we will see in a little bit, okay? It's sitting on a covered card. But this Between Worlds, it's really a trip, really wild, because it's coming in as like this supporting energy of this matrix card, saying also this is representing Between Worlds. It's the peacock. It's like, how do we bring this together? And of course, the secret is right there between your eyes. There is no place like home. These were being clarified on the Between Worlds is being clarified by these cards. No place like home. They're talking about come to the edge of the fates. All right. So this is planetary action that we have to do, is being able to come into the place where we feel perfectly balanced and in union with ourselves and the space around us, between Saturn and Jupiter. All right. We have that little energy where there is kind of like the space in between, where it begins to cross over, because you can see what it's representing here is more like her wings. It's this crossing energy. It's right at the heart. Cross your heart, but don't hope to die. Start to live. That is a true Bone Collector. Bang that gong again. See those gold rings around her. She's like, bong. Her mind sets off when you hit that pineal gland, and sends out this ripple that shatters all space and time. It makes your pleasure possible. Well, yeah, you just brought it right to you, like with a fishing hook and a reel. Learn how to fish, are we, and how to fly. That's right. Okay, well, so about these fates and that bringing in this life and the regeneration it has going in here, it says the full regeneration. Not just enough to go, okay, I think this will work. No, to bring in the full understanding of who you are. And it may not be logical, verbatim type understanding, but visionary, lighting up the heart, inspirational, driving the spirit breath, which is the union of the divinity and our destiny coming together, the goldness self. And it says, I have a voice, and that voice matters. That's the opening of the central channel, the Shekinah, the Sushumna, the Shakti, being able to move and communicate and radiate out. They're wanting us to, okay, to get some cards from over here. So that awakens the Empress, the cosmic Empress. This is not Earth's Empress. This is beyond Earth's Empress. Is lifting the veil and stepping through into the garden. bringing the garden with you. It's like the fertility of your mind, not the futility. What once was futile is now fertile. Regeneration, newness of life. So how did we do this? How do we do this? Well, of course, the two worlds is this eye and that eye. They operate different halves of the brain. They see life differently. And you can even close one eye and move the other, and you notice whatever object you're looking at, it moves and it shifts, right? Sometimes it might even become cattywampus because the alignment of the eyes going on. But what happens is when we come into the oneness, the one world, what the world is doing here, where all the divinement is when the two separate images come together to become a third, to become a relationship. That's where the 3D comes from, is when we begin to trust ourselves and the life that we came from, when we create ourselves, our divinity, and our destiny, aka fate, begins to feel warmed, loved, received, dreamt of. It's like life begins to feel custom made and custom fit for you. You're waking from a dream. It's no longer the normal or whatever you had to survive. It's now what is natural to you. So it fills you with breath, it fills you with juice, and it fills you with life. Because what should a watermelon taste like but a watermelon? Nice, right? Juicy and delicious. So under there, that's bringing in the emerald, the union of the heart and the union of the eyes. The heart, the mind-body connection, because the body is represented by the heart. It's what powers and circulates everything. So when those line up, emerald, calm your mind, body, and soul, 30. Get them on the divine level. Open. All right, so talk to us about, okay, there are cards sitting here. When I was cleaning this deck, they wanted to come. So we're talking about opening this channel and keeping it open for the world. And not the world like meaning everyone else. No, meaning your world. Your divine connection, this being loved, this experience of feeling loved, of that divinement, of getting to know yourself fully and completely. The rest of the story, the Paul Harvey, that part coming on in. If you hadn't heard of him, look him up. Fantastic. Okay, so Page of Pentacles. It's kind of going up like a declaration. This to do. Now, this isn't like a small effort. This is lots of little efforts that add up to something big without being overwhelming. It just seems blissful of sorts. But this to-do list, so it's like a declaration to oneself, is like, this is my goal, this is my hope, this is my dream, this is one little picture. Not what they're saying is nix the whole board. From creating this whole board or a word of the year, it's almost like life's going to begin to sprinkle in like a new thing every month, because as you feel adored and loved, you're so fully receptive to it. Okay, because you came totally to the edge where there is no place like home, where the edges met and you met in between. It's like slipping through the cracks, but in a good way, into the star field, so that you're in this world, but you're not of it. You're no longer limited. You're made of the stars. You know you are loved. You're in the center of your chart. And that begins to awaken this movement forward, this giddiness, this giddy up. Because more than just like unicorn, we got the Pegasus going on here, because the sword represents the horn. All right. Again, another declaration. And to me, it's the Knight of Swords here is holding the Ace of Swords in the hand. The reward, the clarity, the declaration, the knowingness, the belief in oneself, the union with oneself. Not just the being, but going into the fullness of amness, the full conviction and knowledge of who you are and what you're here for. I don't mean the stuff, the doings. I'm talking about the vibration, that experience. I'm here to be fulfilled and satisfied and enjoy my life, because in that I am in the center of the chart. I am the master of my chart, and that brings about the bounty. This is like the seed. That sense of experience is like the seed that fertilizes the earth with that which was not here before. It came with you. It is your vibration, and that stardust sprinkles forth and brings about these new creations on the earth, this new world, so that the two worlds become one through you, the viewer, the witness. Okay, I love how this one came into me face to face, and it's unified through you. peacock royalty, the presence. That means one who has mastered the fear. This royalty, this loyalty, this divinement, this coming to the end of that chapter and being able to move into the union of spirit, of the reason why. Not like on paper, we can make a quote. No, the unction, that sense of self-possessing, self-inhabiting, sense of self, tailor-made vehicle, the suit that you have here to connect with this plane, heaven and earth. High heart connection, the fascination. All right, so world says, let's take a little peek at what we got in the way. If there's any blockages that we can help move out through this energy channel of clarification, to help provide any resonance or confirmation for what's been going on with you. That's the one wanting to speak the most. Anything else? I feel you. Okay. So behind it all. Okay, so we're going to get in what is quick to want to jump to. It's like wanting to jump to conclusions, 2 of Wands. This or that. Good or bad. Right or wrong. If this feels good or it makes me look good or it is convenient or easy, whatever, then it's good. If it's a little strenuous or a little out of the way or I feel a little uncomfortable with it, it's bad. But we're talking about moving from this shift through Capricorn to where we land in Aquarius, right? So you're coming face to face with Aquarius because it's like a relay race. They have to turn to face you to receive the passing off. Okay, as Jupiter's entered in, is it Saturn that's entered in? Yeah, they're both going in. But that era of plasma, that expanded contractedness in the same space is landing in there. So it's being able to look directly at it and allow it to far excel and supersede anything. That's what they were talking about, wanting to unify you into vision beyond just the words in the black and white, beyond just the feelings that are going on, but creationary, it being able to take visage. See those eyes there? Visage and form, emotion that applies here on earth. Okay? So this was the hyperactivity, jumping to conclusions, life or death. And the thing is, since you're the life, you're holding the skull and the death, you're babysitting death. You're calling for endings. Okay? You're giving away your authority to that. I could say too quickly, but period. It's something that's been with you through this whole lifetime because you were born with that going on. Because family, like I could say curse, but witnessing that happen that you didn't even realize it had become your life. That death had become your life. No more ghosts in the graveyard, baby. And this is the thing that was reluctant to come, the 5 of Cups. This is talking about, having felt left out, separated, different in this world by fate, by chance, that you came this way and not knowing that, hey, that tail can be unzipped and removed. The world here in the forearm is talking about no big deal. Stop messing about, stop fussing. Here, Chiron's showing up with the key, okay? The magic key, which is here, it's the permission. You don't have to sit here and fuss with that anymore. Brush it off. Your heart can follow. Your heart is well able to follow your stars, the destiny, your dream. Okay, and here is what is behind it all, the Page of Wands. It's coming into the balance of your vision, and it's coming through Gemini, but really it seems to be more about the Geminids right now, the wishing upon a star, and makes no difference who you are. What's felt like it made a difference. It felt like it made a whole heck of a lot of difference. It's almost like it made 30 years difference. Where did those 30 years go? Of the heart being broken and challenged and felt like it was locked out of its home. Left in some crazy world that it didn't understand. That made no sense, but the heart still kept beating. Almost like a cursed object. Almost like. But that last little grain of sand, that dream maker still survived and it came on through. to bring forth truth and life. Okay, True Heart Tarot. And it's talking about bringing in the love song. Healing the layers, bringing it all together, not just in the mind side, not just in the vision, in all the layers. They're talking about expansion, that we're still seeing it flat. They're like expanded out, turn the triangle into a pyramid. Okay, because the pyramid has a triangle, a triangle, a triangle, and a base. All right, we have to realize that we're needing to see with this dimension the fullness of life is as so also your reward, as so also your food, your nourishment, your fruit from the seed. Okay, it's not just like, oh, did I do good reward? No, this is your connection with life here, right? Once you begin to see this clearly and you begin to understand that you're the star of your chart, you're the star of the universe, that life has plenty for you, that you are plenty, then you begin to see this dimensionally. You begin to see how through lifetimes what has been going, it was just where you couldn't see it. Therefore, you couldn't receive it. You've been sitting here dreaming and drawing and creating and doing like in a well of potential, in like a cauldron of vapors. And now those things are coming, and it's coming as plasma. And they said, get ready to behold. That means to have in your hand the reward, the fulfillment. Knight of Swords is like, yep, here's my receipt. Here's my receipt. I got my sword of truth. I got my Ace of Swords, and I'm wielding not to hurt anybody, but as my own power, my own permission to go out and to live boldly and bravely this new life of unity, union, and all the wavelengths, the fullness thereof. I'm excited, Capricorn. How about you? Well, I love you. Check in. Whole zodiac, the whole deal, timeless, whatever. You know it. Bye.